Alright, welcome back to another league race, this time with FTRL for round number 3 of season 16 technically, but season 2 in F1, or season 3 even in F1 2020. It's the British Grand Prix at Silverstone. I love this race. I had a very good result here in the end of season 1. It was a very climactic finale to that season, and looking forward to this one as well. So here's the setup. It's 2-6 wings, 2-6 wangs. I leave the tyre pressures up slightly on the right hand side. I'm not sure if that benefits at all, but it's at least, it's a little something at least. So I went with softer because I don't see the benefit using mediums here, because you want to be on, it's a simple medium, soft to medium, very comfortable soft to medium. So it should be a fairly straightforward one. So no need to use mediums. And give yourself 3 runs in qualifying. So here is my last one. Honestly, I only did 2 runnings though, because I want to save us fresh softs in case of a safety car. But we did 24. Was that 24.8? My quickest time was like a 24.4 or something. I don't know. 24.5. I don't know. 24.6 even.
I did not know.
It was just P14. So it's very competitive here. Very, very competitive. It's a very competitive field, and this track suits a lot of different people. So quite a number of people for this is their best tracks, and I feel very good about my race pace. Just my qualifying pace is not as much. So we still are ahead of our teammate though. So second time of qualifying Tom, I think, this season. So happy days. Very simple soft to mediums. The reason why I chose softs and not mediums is because a safety car literally screws you. The thing you have to remember about this track is that the pit lane, it's maybe like 30 or 40 seconds long depending on what you have in terms of damage or whatever. You want to minimize your time in here, and if a safety car comes out, you are screwed if you're on mediums or hards. And why would you ever want to be on hards? But here we go then. 5 red lights from P14 on softs, everyone else on mediums around. I'm the first soft runner, and away we go. And I say first soft runner outside the top 10, so I immediately get the jump on Chubbs, which is very important for me to do immediately. I get good runs. My straight line speed's actually quite good, so through parts. Get Chris on the outside there. I'm going to try and attack Lynx heading into this corner here, first braking zone. Go for it. A little bit of contact with Sway there, but no damage thankfully, and Sway didn't go round. Sticking to the outside here as the guys squabble in front. Get myself nice and early through the upshifts. Leave a bit of space for the car on the outside, and just try and sit back. Decent start. So we're up a few positions already, but very tentative behind this crowd. It gets chaotic very quickly. I lose the back end of the car. I'm not sure if I actually Chubbs hit into me or anything because I lost control, but it put Chris alongside me. Now, in practice, I had done a few little sessions where I did Sway around the outside in the practice session. I did Adam around the outside in the practice session as well. I was trying to see if I could do it here, but maybe I could have, but Chris ended up going for the commitment to the corner. I think he would have got a warning for that. I didn't somehow get a warning for that, so I'm not sure how. More commotion in front yeah, there goes Chubbs, and Lynx as well. So we got that done, and up into P11. I'm going to try and go for a move here on Chris. Like, I feel very good early on. I think there's one area that I'm kind of struggling in. You're going to see it later on when it comes to my race management kind of thing. But try and go for the inside move here on Chris. I'm going to try and go for it. Like, I'm feeling very racy against these guys on mediums. Very, very racy indeed. It's good to have the confidence to do this. Thought I was going to get a good run through here, but I didn't want to get Magnussen, I guess. Yep. And again, in the slipstream, I want this move. I want to get this done. I really did. So I'm going to go for the move again here into turn 3. He goes wide, and so I thought maybe I'd be able to get this done on the outside here. But then Chubbs is right there as well. I have to bear him in mind as well, leaving the space on the apex there in case his car was there. And I'm pretty sure it was there. So lucky we've left that space. I'm going to try and go for the move again on Chris heading down into Brooklands, but I back out of it, try and prioritise a braking point and breathe. First 2 laps are done. Lap 3, Funky Chicken went off the track, and at the same time I think Lennon retired. So lap 3, leaders are just coming up towards towards Vale. A safety car is deployed, and this is exactly why I went on softs, because now bailing into the pits, put on medium tyres to end this race. Lap 5, they'll be high in percentage, but they'll go to the end, and I won't have to make another stop. I tried to get Jeff to show me where the box now, to say box now, so I can get a brake marker line, braking point heading in. But thankfully, I had to really creep in at very low speed, so it didn't matter too much really. So, anyways, mediums to the end. Some people went hards. You can get obviously hards to the end, but I felt like mediums. The strategy, you could pit from lap 6 basically, and you know, you can go to the end. So
He's on hard
what's the
stuff.
difference between lap 5 or lap, like, you know, by the time we're racing again at lap 5, only a lap of the difference, really. So I thought this is a calculated risk. So, well, there's not even a risk. Like, yes, they'll be high in percentage where possibly, but better than having to come into the pits, and I think much better than using the majority of the race on the hard compound tyres. So here we go then. Yanni was a little asleep on the restart there. He was a little bit behind. I got a decent restart myself in terms of cars behind. So thankfully this track makes it a bit easier, unlike some tracks where I can't struggle for restarts. Lap number 6. Trying to see what the story is in front. Lots of cars in front. Lots of cars. I get a poor run out of... get a poor run out of Chapel there, and it just... one thing I'm trying to defend from Funky Chicken here. The one thing I Sway. This is where Sway goes round. I wasn't sure if that was going to ghost or not, but we got Funky Chicken on the outside, and he backs out of that. So, but I got almost onto the. I did get a little bit onto the gravel there. I wasn't sure if he'd ghost, but yeah, unfortunately, isn't for him. So, anyways, that's unfortunate for him. But we move up a position. Lap 7. I was very conscious that Matt and Scuba, who actually had to come in after the safety car was deployed, they missed the pit lane. They didn't come out in time. I knew they're behind me, but there's Wesker and Yale in front, and so I get a bad run out of Chapel and allows both of them to go. But what was really fun to see was these two going at it immediately afterwards. Like, Scuba was out for blood. It was absolutely fantastic to see that scrap in front of me. I was actually thinking, if you got a poor run out of Stowe, I was going to try and go for it again if the opportunity allowed. I was feeling racy myself, and I'm glad these guys were as well. It's obviously we do try and avoid. Look, we're good friends. We try and avoid, obviously putting ourselves in positions where we have accidental contact. But it was really good to see kind of the gloves off kind of thing and just go for it. Like, there's so much respect. I love watching these two go at it. I really do. Obviously, a long history of teammates and success as teammates in various different forms. It was really fun to see them go at it, and Scuba swoops around the outside. Very good move for him. Anyways, that was just fun to watch from my point of view. Lap number 9, so still within DRS here, obviously, of Matt, but Lynx. The problem is, I was saying this earlier, I run quite high on my gear shifts, and I do run rich quite a bit, so my engine temps do be up quite a bit, and I don't know how much I lose in a straight line with those high engine temps, but they are present, especially at a track like this where I feel like it's important to be on rich most of the time, I think. But my engine temps do be quite high, and I do wonder how much I actually lose in a straight line. But anyways, there goes Lynx. Absolute commotion up here. I actually don't know where it starts. I think it's actually, is it Uncle Ben's Rice? Not sure. Wesker's struggling here on hards, but just absolute commotion. So we'll try and get by as many as we can here. So past one. And I wasn't sure if Uncle Ben's Rice was letting me go there, but thankfully I got through that. But very important to get through that very quickly. To stick within DRS is so important here. So important. So to get that done was big. So thankfully still within the hunt of the guys in front here, still within DRS. So again, the race pace was really good. Like, sometimes I've been guilty of falling out of DRS, but I've been able to stick within it, and that was big. Lap 15, anyone who basically didn't pit under the safety car for whatever reason, there was quite a few of them, was basically coming in now. So yeah, difficult. Literally the rest of this race was just in the DRS here of, it was Matt, Yanne, Lynx, and then Funky Chicken just behind me, putting the pressure on. So very intense, because it was like one let up and your race is done. Sway caught up from that spin. His pace was absolutely rapid. He caught up to get back to this group without DRS, basically. Really incredible effort. But the sweat was very intense, because everything is important. You need to prioritize every exit onto that every DRS straight, and hope that you're not going to be dropped behind. So thankfully I was able to stick with these guys and not be overtaken myself. So prioritizing good runs, especially out of here. So nice and early in the brakes. Again, nice line through. And again, a few times I could have, if I had a better top end speed, if I was using 1.6, or I maybe had, again, I'm not sure of how much my engine temps contribute to things, but just happy to stay with, because obviously, look, there's penalties in front. I have no warnings. Yeah, that's right, no warnings. So I am ecstatic about that. Scuba wins the race, so fair play to him. But coming across the line, I am the fucking Lizard King.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
That was that video was something else.
Yeah.
I thought that was a fun technical. That was a fun creative challenge. I thought it was very fun. So I was watching The Office. I've been watching The Office recently again, so that line came to mind. I was thinking about that line throughout the day and in practice as well. So I had it on the brain. But a podium in Division 1, absolutely fantastic stuff. It's my first podium, I think, since my first podium FTRL since
fucking retarded.
Is it Monaco? I'm trying to think. I think I had 2 podiums in FTRL my first season. I can't remember though. Maybe not. Maybe it was Monaco was the last one in FTRL. But yeah, very, very happy to get that. I was just behind Yanni as well for a second. So yeah, at 27.7, which I did on the penultimate lap, like for lap times are like I'm gonna gasm over such consistency. I mean, look at all that. Like, oh, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And look at how clean that is. I can tell you lap 26 was clean as well. Yeah, I didn't scroll down, but I can tell you that it was clean as well. Just absolutely beautiful. Oh, orgasmic stuff. So absolutely, look, what was key to the race there was obviously the choice and strategy. Obviously, soft tyres from the start. You put yourself in the position to be successful. I did that starting on softs, pitching under the safety car for the mediums. And because the hards, I think Yanni made those hards work, to be fair, but I think Wesker was the other example of how the hards maybe just don't always work. So yeah, really happy with that. But that is going to do it for round number 3 of FTRL, a podium finish. Yups, fantastic. So that's my season's peak right there. But that's okay. I go happily. If that's the best I do this season, I'll happily take it. Next up is Baku. Oh, Baku. Why you do the things that you do. Well, we'll find out. Back to survival instincts.
Driver of the day, Mr.
Until next time.